Hello everyone, it's Nikki with Lonebird Studio, and I'm here with another journal with me. And I'm actually working on several projects this time, but first I'm working in my traveler's notebook, and I just laid down some distress stains. And I think that was Tattered Angels actually, spray. And I changed to another spread here, and that image I actually got from, oh shoot, I can't think of the magazine. I got it out of a magazine. I'll put it below the video because I can't seem to think. High Fructose, that's what it was. High Fructose magazine. Clipped it out of there, and then I've got a little pocket here with an article, and that's a book that I read. I'd actually met the author at another time when he wrote a different book. And long story short, we kind of talked. Well, anyways, this is about the Mansfield killings. He's turning it into a movie. But then it said he had another book out, which sounded similar to a book that I had discussed with him on ideas. It was based on true events that involved actually my grandfather's family, several murders, but that's another story. But anyways, yeah, so he ended up writing a book about it, loosely, related to the actual story. So, and then he changed it, and changed names and different events and made it more interesting. So yeah, I wanted to document the book. It's called The Mansfield Killings, and I was raised in Mansfield, Ohio. So, I really liked the story. It's part of the history of the city, so I wanted to document that in my journal. And here I just stamped a quote. I got these from Donna Downey. They're quote stamps. I can't remember the exact name of the set, but I just stamped that on there with archival ink and just doodling around the tag there. And that Monday image I actually got from Little Raven Ink on her Patreon, Courtney Diaz. And I actually got that tag image that's hanging on the string from a swap. And that page I actually did with Color Burst, I believe. It was wasn't Brusho. I believe it was the Color Burst. And this is another Courtney Diaz image from Patreon. And I use this, her little monthly images every month in my bullet journal, which I actually house in my traveler's notebook. So I was just cutting that down. And then this is my Dilutions journal. I use it as an art journal, but I've recently started using it also as a sketchbook. Mainly because I just want to fill it up and get rid of it, because I gotta say, I'm really not a fan of the Dilutions journals. I hate to say, because I love Diane, I've met her and she's so awesome, but for what, I'm sure they do work great for spray ink, stencils, things like that, and her acrylic paint, but I just don't use spray inks that much in them, so they're not great for my purposes. But I just wanted to finally jazz up the cover a little bit. I got tired of looking at the craft paper color, so I'm not sure. I may have gotten those stickers in a Joann Fabrics like Dollar Bin or something, and I just spelled my name. My full name's Nicole, but everyone calls me Nikki, so I just put that on there. And then here, Pause Plan Create makes these awesome Christmas planners, and so I'm putting together my Christmas planner for my traveler's notebook, and I am so cheap. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I actually am using last year's for this year, but mainly because I don't use the dates. I really just like the meal plan part, the gift tracking, the online gift shopping tracker, the Elf on the Shelf planner, things like that. So that's mainly what I use it for, so the dates really do not matter to me. So that's why I chose to just reuse it. So, but I highly recommend, she has an Etsy shop, and it's Pause, P-A-W-S, Plan Create, and she has some great stuff. Highly recommend her. So here I was just looking to see what size I needed for my journal, and right now I'm using a B6 Slim, and it's a Chic Sparrow insert, and I use a Chic Sparrow Traveler's Notebook at the moment. And I think the sizes might be different, excuse me, than the Sojourner B6 Slim size, maybe. I don't know. Somebody comment, let me know. I'm not for certain because the only B6 Slim I have is a Chic Sparrow. So I'm just cutting this down to size, and I find the best method is just, instead of cutting them individually, I just like to take my glass mat, you know, my razor, and just go to town with a metal ruler and cutting those pages at once. And I do not real hard strokes. I'd rather go through it a couple times than press really hard and tear my paper or have issues with my blade. So X-Acto knife, I said razor, I think, same difference, but yeah. So that's what I'm doing here, and I don't believe I stapled it yet because I had to go somewhere else to use a stapler, but I did just recently purchase a long arm stapler, which I'm excited to use. So yeah, still cutting. And I don't know if you guys do yours a different way. I'd be interested in hearing how you, if you make your own inserts, how you do that. Of course, if it's like a junk journal insert, you don't have to be exact. That's what's always nice with those. Which I haven't made one for my Traveler's Notebook yet. I've made a junk journal, but not an insert for my Traveler's Notebook. So that's something I may try in the future. So yeah, there you go. There's a little glimpse of the planner. And here again, I'm in my Traveler's Notebook, and I bought some Ecoline watercolor paints. And so I just did little swatches of blacks to try them out. And they're pretty cool. I like them. They don't have, I know a lot of illustrators use them. They don't have the granulation, you know, like maybe Daniel Smith, the Schmincas, things like that. They're, to me, the little bit I use, they seem more like a flat. I mean, they don't look as flat there because I kind of washed them some, but yeah, I mean, I still like them. They're pretty vibrant. And so here, I once in a while, I try and do like things I'm currently into, like a page spread on that. So I just stamped currently digging at the top as my title page. And then I'm just making doodly borders. I figure you guys didn't want to watch me do that forever, so I actually cut part of it out. And I'm just doodling around. And then I'm using my label maker here to make my little headers. And I separate them into food, television, and music. Of course, you could break it down into all sorts of things. I mean, all different favorites, but this is just the 3 things that came to mind. And I actually later had to go back and use my tape runner to hold that down. For some reason, I just couldn't get that tape to stick super well in my journal. So that's it, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this journal with me. Take care.